today.
2 hours later.
The news today, it came to say,
I am Steve.
no.
Bingo!
Bingo! There was news. It happened. It happened. It happened, my witches. The news has happened, you bunch of news hounds. It's happened, folks. Donald J. for Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, Trump, has sold out America. Yet Egon Spangler. He sold us out again. I almost couldn't believe it, you know? You give a president a jet and you think he can fly for a day, but you teach a man to jet and he gives you an Air Force base. Is that the saying? I don't know if that's the saying. You give a man a jet and he'll fly free after the taxpayer-funded overhaul and debugging of the jet. But if you teach a man to jet, he'll give you a Air Force base in Idaho. I think that's the saying. I forget the saying, but it's something about you give a man a jet and he'll give you an American Air Force base. And that's what Trump did. All Qatar had to do is be like, oh, one of these old bummy jets, one of these old $400 million jets, give it to them. And then they get a military presence on United States soil. So, you know. That's how it works, folks. I guess now you can just sell out the country. Don't feed the Yagwai. What's up, man? What's up? Jet is a drug. Is Fallout made of cows? This was kind of shocking news, you know. By the way, I love Portland. Portland, you are amazing. And I got pictures. Pictures of the new characters unlocked in Portland. But look at this, folks. U.S. begins preparing Qatari jet. When they say preparing, that means using our tax money to debug this plane. You know, because it was like a Jeffrey Epstein McMansion. Just ask old Donnie Trump. Just ask Donnie Trump about how many cameras and photographs were at the Jeffrey Epstein. Release the files, man. Tony Blair's in the files. We just found that out. But look at this. Oh, he faced criticism because he accepted a gift, a $400 million jet from foreign national Qatar. Well, they just didn't know that. Now, here's Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth meeting with Qatar Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense Sheikh Saud bin Alderman or whatever, Al Thani. Jesus, man, can you shorten the name at the Pentagon? Why? Because they're giving Qatar military presence in America, in Idaho of all places. If you don't know much about Idaho, it's where like a lot of wealthy people have bought in homes, but it's also home to like a huge contingent of racist folks, like a lot of white racist people in Idaho. So it's funny as hell that now, you know, old Botox face himself, gender affirming care Pete, who does the Botox, is allowing him and Trump are allowing Qatar to have a military presence in Idaho at the Air Force base. Kind of surreal, a little surreal. But, you know, they gave him a jet. He's got to pay back the favor, you know? They gave the dude a jet. He's got to now be like, hey, Pete, let them have some military presence. I'm not dealing with this fucking cat. I ain't dealing with it. Come on. You're not letting... No, the kids aren't going up there. You come? Come. Come, Shabuli. All right. That's what I should have done. I should have got my on-air center. Let's see. Michael, good to see you. That's only going to cost us about $1 billion to make sure it's fit for use. Yeah, and they're blowing our money through it. It's cheaper to build one than to retrofit the flying compensator. So Republicans are going to allow their jets to fly over our house in our country. Yep, that's what they're doing. They said, Qatar, bring your Air Force guys. You guys can run missions and all that kind of stuff right here in Idaho. No, come on. You're not doing it. I'm not letting you do it. Okay, you stay there then. Hey, buddy. Hey, did you just get up? Did you just get up, little guy? Did you just get up? He just lost his base, just lost every Republican in the country. James, he don't care. This is how Trump operates, if you're unaware. He don't care about anybody. You know, these are his words. And it's funny to me that the people who believe when he's lying to them, when he's like, I'll release the Epstein files, they're like, yeah, which he was lying about. But they don't believe when he's like telling you the truth. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. So you don't care about Republican. He's never cared about anyone besides himself. Why do you think he wanted that jet? It wasn't because
Everything's computer.
It wasn't because the jet had everything computer. Hey, buddy, can you just get up? Oh, you're purring. Good little tiger. Good little tiger boy. Over 30% of this country is registered independent. Well, if you look down like the numbers on who is registered to vote, who actually voted, and how many people didn't vote, there was, I think, way more people did not vote than did vote. And definitely didn't vote than voted for him. I think 4. Darren, good to see you. It's the religious dichotomy. He's both always lying and always lying. Always honest and always lying. I'm registered independent and a never Trumper. Awesome long bong. Hey, you can't be jumping like that, bro. That's crazy. Bruh. As the kids say. Bruh. But yeah, it's family. James, family survived the Holocaust. He will end up. Oh, you redacted it? Yeah, I think we're going to have some kind of tribunal. If he even survives that long. This dude is 80 years old, almost 80. I don't know. He's like around 80. You know. And if you look at the life expectancy in America, our healthcare system's horrible. But yeah, there's going to be tribunals, you know, especially with like the Pam Blondies, Stephen Miller, which I want to play him for you because it's sad, hilarious that Stephen Miller, this is a clip of him, he speaks like Pauly Shore. He has a Santa Monica inflection. If you don't know, I call it up talking because at the end of every sentence, it inflects up. So it always sounds like you're asking a question. Pauly Shore really made it popular in the 90s. And that's how Stephen Miller talks. And this dude is like as racist as they come. Some More News just did a great in-depth look at his upbringing in Santa Monica, being a rich kid from, I think it was like a real estate family or something. Just a horrible, horrible family, horrible human. Spews hatred, division, and just nothing good comes out of his mouth. And it's just funny because a dude like that talks like this.
In the Ninth Circuit.
In the Ninth Circuit. I would be concerned more on speech lessons. You know what I mean? If I sounded like a freaking fascist Pauly Shore. Um, Long bong. His minions will catch the heat. Yeah, the Stephen Millers, the Pam Blondies, all these young heads, the Tom Horman, uh, released the Trumpstein files. Thank you, Viper. Good to see you. Uh, all these people that are not 80 years old, yeah, they got to be held accountable. They should all be doing prison time. Especially if you've seen, read, and heard from people who are encountering these political police known as ICE and what they're doing. These are huge human rights violations, huge constitutional violations, and just morally and ethically heinous. And if you're not standing against it or speaking out against it, you know, some say silence is complicity, but also there's a lot of people that are enabling this. Yeah, anybody who's complicit in it, um, like, you know, these people that go nameless and they're just trolls. Uh, you know, I don't have the patience or the wherewithal for the people who are indulging in other people's suffering. Oh, these people are such morons. Imagine, no. This isn't about training or how, was it Singapore has people at that Air Force base. This is about the president getting a jet and immediately returning the favor, and allowing Qatar an Air Force base. He also gave them, you know, some kind of American protection, that any act against them would be an act against us. You know, some wild ass shit, all for a jet. So save your little troll fingers and don't bring that noise here. All right. Um, by the way, Long Bong, I never noticed he talked like the weasel. Yeah, when I played the clip from him on CNN talking about plenary authority, meaning that Donald Trump can just do whatever he wants, there's no constraints, no controls, limitless power. That's the big CNN clip that you see going around. I've been listening to, like, you know, the unedited CNN clip. And when I was listening to Stephen Miller, I was like, holy shit. If you're just listening and not watching this little repugnant, pubeless nerd, if you're just listening to him, you're like, oh my God, is Pauly Shore playing a fascist? You know, like, did Pauly Shore get this new dramatic role where he's going for an Oscar and he's playing this fascist little nerd? And the whole time, that's all I could think. And then I look at him and I'm like, oh my God, Stephen Miller could be played by Pauly Shore. Somebody, if Pauly Shore was such a dick, somebody should let Pauly Shore know. Like, go for a dramatic role, you know? Stop doing son in law and in the army now. And, you know, go for a dramatic role like Brendan Fraser and get an Oscar or some shit. But he's a dick, so don't let him know. But man, does Stephen Miller talk like the Santa Monica rich kid he is.
In the Ninth Circuit.
In the Ninth Circuit. In fact, before we get to Tony Blair in the Trumpstein files, I got some news clips, but I have a great Sean Hannity, you know, that propagandist from Fox News. He interviewed Stephen Miller, and Stephen Miller is hilarious. If you don't listen to the heinous words he's saying and the absolute propaganda and tyranny he's spouting like diarrhea out of his mouth, and you just listen to his inflection, this is not a serious boy. He is a very, very Pauly Shore man. Darren, honestly, him glitching out was very revealing to me. They're well aware of the line Darren says the line they're riding, and he was ready to pretend if he slipped up. I would say they're very aware of the line they're crossing. They've already crossed the lines, you know. Judges have already tried to rule them back, and they're like, you in what army, judge, you know? Viper, keep up the good work. Almost died laughing when you did the Pauly Shore. Oh, Viper, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go all in on Stephen Miller as the Nepo baby Santa Monica beach bimbo he is. Anna G. Oh my gosh. Hello. Alex Max says Trump's so cheap, a jet for an Air Force base. I know. I thought it was art of the deal. This dude is art of the steal. Look at this dude. He got a jet and he ended up giving them an Air Force base. What a tool. Guy couldn't cut, guy couldn't cut a deal with his toilet to poop in it. Cheryl, how can our money be going to Qatar? Well, our tax money is going to Argentina right now. 20 billion tax dollars going to Argentina to bail out the libertarians there, because that fascist Malay sunk the economy. Because anytime libertarians get in control and they let corporations run wild, and big business just do whatever they want, it turns out that you need consumers to be the other part of the economy. So when you oppress consumers, which is 70% of the economy, their purchasing power, it turns out you don't have anyone to buy your shit. But these morons will keep trying it, These absolute idiots will keep trying it. I just suggest reading one book, Shock Doctrine by Naomi Klein. You read this one book, you understand how libertarianism failed multiple times through the 70s, how they installed Pinochet and other dictators. And, you could maybe learn from your mistakes. But these people are so greedy and so hungry for power that, they're threatened by this. All right, but before we go into all the Qatar, and the other way how Qatar is getting our money, they gave Donald Trump this $400 million jet. He gave him an Air Force base. That's what we're seeing in the news today, link down below. But if you think Donald Trump is paying out of his own pocket to have this redone on the inside and have all the bugs and plants and all the spy cams and all the spyware taken out, he's not using his own money. He'll use our tax dollars to clean up his jet. All right, let's get to some meme news. Portland, you're hearing about Portland in the news, but this is really what Portland is. And I got the photos to prove it. By the way, if you're in Burlington, Mass, they're looking for you. We ride at dawn to honor all of those who have been against tyranny and who have been Antifa, anti-fascist. We have a long history of being anti-fascist here in America and Massachusetts. I wanted to show that to you. I saw this funny meme of Bill Burr. His great role in The Mandalorian. I was very proud him getting the Boston accent finally in the Star Wars galaxy. And somebody made this meme when he was like, Riyadh actually has like a McDonald's or Papagino's or whatever he said. Someone made this. Bill Burr saying, the Death Star actually has a Chili's. Oh, whatever you got to tell yourself. Oh, look at this. Laura Loomer. What's that dude? The Saw guy? Whatever the Saw guy's name is. Her. Never thought I'd see Republicans give terror financing from Qatar a military base on U.S. soil so they can Americans. I don't think I'll be voting in 2026. I cannot in good conscience make any excuses for the harboring of, this is where I draw the line. Laura Loomer is calling Donald Trump out. The guy from Saw. The guy from Saw is like, I'm out of here. So we've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene, old horse legs herself, say, my kids, my adult children are not going to be able to afford health care because of Donald Trump's bill. And I love that somebody on CNN asked her. They were like, do you regret voting for the bill that did this? And she's like, I stand by my president. It's like they're talking out both sides of their mouth. They're like, I stand by my president, but this is going to, hurt my adult children. So it's like, how about, maybe you're on the wrong side of fucking history? Same with this broad. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? They gave him a jet. They gave your orange chicken supreme leader a jet. He's going to give them whatever he wants. He don't care about America. Look he's from New York. He's a Nepo baby, rich kid, silver spoon, coastal elite Democrat from New York. And he lost New York to vote. He'll never live there again because he's despised because he would sell out a New Yorker. Just Google Donald Trump charity New York and see what you find. So we moved to Florida, where it's basically the Australia of America. And not in a bad way, just as like Australia's beginnings. That's where all the criminals go. And he moved down there. So he don't care about Idaho. He don't care about where they're cutting deals to have Qatar, um, have their Air Force base. He don't care that they're gonna use Qatar is gonna use that Air Force base. All the racists and the white wealthy people in Idaho could have an issue. But Trump don't care. He's like, bro, I got my plane. I have my plane. I don't give a rip. Let's go through some more. So here is Portland. If you did not see, Portland, on our Discord, link down in the description, Portland has had the most wonderful protest ever in the history of protesting. I don't know if this one's been beat, but bring up your favorite protest, even including the Boston Tea Party. It was a good one. I had relatives there. Some of you I know would be like, oh, I didn't like how they were destroying the King's Tea. Protest in a correct way with a sign. I see you, you fucking idiots. Commenting about protest the right way. Oh, really? In the Boston Tea Party, you didn't want them to destroy the King's Tea? He's such a nerd. Shut up. But the protest in Portland is people dressed up in inflatable outfits. And tonight, or was it last night, they unlocked new characters. I'm so excited to debut these to you. I don't know if that's the shark from Katy Perry's performance, but Shark Guy is there. We could see an axolotl, a giraffe, panda, shark guy. Who else can you identify? Elephant guy. Wolf, maybe? We have peacock guy, unicorn, elephant, and polar bear. And maybe a T-Rex. Absolutely incredible. I've never been to Portland. I want to go to Portland so bad. But this is how you do it, folks. This is how you protest. You play, trance music, get an inflatable costume, and dance. And they should all have American flags wrapped around them. You see how they got the American flag? And all of them should have American flags. So that's why when these anti-American ICE criminals start to pepper spray them, they're pepper spraying the American flag. Darren, yeah, you're right. They're well past the line. It's just more advanced than I thought. I mean, I knew, but seeing it like that was something for me. Yeah. Some of you guys don't have to be here. You know that? Like, I'm not a liberal, number one. It shows how moronic you are. But please don't call me a liberal. Liberals side with you fascists, They have no backbone. They don't stand against this tyranny. Felipe, Florida is pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. You people didn't vote for anything, Richard. Why don't you go look up the numbers and actually see how many people voted for Donald Trump? More people didn't vote than voted for Donald Trump. Nobody supports this. We understand you're a fascist. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Fascists not welcome here. I come from a long line of Antifa, anti-fascist. I get it that you're proud. You're probably Mussolini's grandkid or some shit. But, my grandfather fought a war against fascists. So take that pride somewhere else, And America don't want you, don't like you. We don't want a king. We didn't want a king, and that's how we started this country. We don't want a king now, especially an orange turd who's going to sell out an American Air Force base because they gave him a plane. This dude can be bribed so easily. And the funniest part about Donald Trump taking this plane is like, the dude's 80. You think he has many years of using this? That's hilarious. If you think an 80-year-old is going to get lots of use out of this plane, you're in for it. You're in for the answer to that one. He ain't going to get many uses. But I think, we should redesign flags in this country, And I think these heroes should be on some kind of the new protest flag or something. Let's see, what else? Because I want to play some audio for you. Hi, buddy. You're so adorable. Okay, come here. He's the only one awake. He's so cute. He's so freaking cute. He just sits there. And he's like, hey, I love you. Don't feed the agua. I can't wait for the McDonald's and KFC to kick in already. What? I love you, buddy. Corey, why are you so scared of the gay flag? You know, why is your manhood so easily challenged? I won't read your comment, but Nightshade solidarity. It's so amazing to see these people come out of the woodwork to defend, you know, fascist orange tyrant who said this. For all you who are supporting Trump, I just want you to remember, he doesn't care about you. He just wanted your vote. So I'm glad you could be a sucker for him and vote for him, but he said he doesn't care about you. It's just like when he said, do you guys remember what did he say? What did he say? Where is it?
Smart people don't like me.
Remember when Donald Trump said, smart people don't like me?
Smart people don't like me.
That means if you like Donald Trump thinks you're stupid. And these people will cheer on somebody, maybe they're, you know, sadomasochistic or something. Yeah, these trolls come in here. We just bounce them. Nightshade. Dude, there's so many right-wing grifters on these random YouTube streams. I can't believe I found a normal person. Yeah, Nightshade, it is polluted. You know, the algorithm has been polluted with these grifters. I found one that I couldn't even watch, but for 3 seconds I heard them talking about, I don't even know, like liberals are calling for all of us to be rounded. You know, they were like spewing hatred. I was like, you morons, do you understand what leftists want? We want universal health care, universal basic income. We want nobody to have medical debt. We want college education to be paid for by billionaires' taxes. We want the working class to have a $66 minimum wage job. Where is my other thing? Look at this. I'm going to play this clip for you because I've been saying this forever, and finally more people are starting to catch on and say it too. If you're a sub and hit the notification bell of the live stream, I'll go live every weekday. I've been saying forever, minimum wage should be $66 an hour right now. Just this year, since Donald Trump took over, the dollar has lost 10% of its value. With greedflation and corporations price gouging us, 66 should be the minimum. Now it might shock you, especially you alt-right, this turd loving people. You get what you hear is, ooh, I'm jealous. I don't make that much. You shouldn't make that much. But what I'm saying is you should be, if you're a skilled or university, you know, scholar, if you're a college graduate like I am, you should be making more than this. This should be the minimum. And that goes for you too. Even all you trolls that Donald Trump said you're not smart because he said only smart people or smart people don't like him.
Smart people don't like me.
So that means if you like Donald Trump, you're a dumb person because Donald Trump said smart people don't like him. So I know some of this stuff is hard for you to understand, so we got to break it down real simple. That's why you like the grift YouTube channels, because they just say simple things like left bad, left gonna get me, book gay, you know, and you're like, I understand. But I want to play this dude talking about this for you because finally more people are catching on. And if this upsets you, just get the fuck out of here. Leave. You know, if people being paid enough that they can have a vacation and not worry about groceries makes you mad, something's wrong with you, okay? I need you to understand that. If seeing this should be the minimum wage, which means you should be paid even more if you're above minimum wage, if that upsets you, if your worth, if your value upsets you, something is wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with you. If you're okay with this turd getting a plane for free and then giving up an American soil Air Force base, but you hear me saying our neighbors and our communities should be paid enough where they can buy a home, don't worry about the cost of groceries, have no medical debt, education should be paid for by our taxes, and should be able to go on multiple vacations a year. If that's upsetting you, something's wrong with you. You're jealous, selfish, insecure, egotistical. I don't know. You know, and unfortunately, we live in a country where we don't really have access to healthcare, especially mental health care. And I think today is World Mental Health Day, you know? Remember, folks, never forget what Donald Trump said.
Smart people don't like me.
Smart people don't like him. So if you're in my comments telling me how much you love Donald Trump doesn't think you're a smart person. Let that resonate.
I said, well, let's see how we say that.
No, let's not. You're a moron. Let's not.
So we all just found out the minimum wage is supposed to be $66 an hour to keep up.
This is this video. And actually, before I play this video, there's one other video I want to play for you. It's a CEO. I want to play a CEO talking at the property summit. You might have saw this clip go viral, I think, a year ago. But I want to play this CEO because before you start defending CEOs, I want you to understand what CEOs think of the workers.
We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40, 50%, in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around.
That they work for the employer, not the other way around. Saying that you're our servant, and because I pay you, your life is mine, and I don't even pay you enough. I always say, you start paying us $100 an hour, or let's say what CEOs make, $46,000 an hour, and all of a sudden, yeah, I could be on call on the weekends. You can text and call and email me outside of work. If you pay me like these CEOs, $46,000 an hour. Some of you might make that a year. CEOs are making it in an hour. Stop defending them. But these CEOs want to remind you, you work for them. Oh yeah, we fucking know, man. You think we like it? We're just trying to all chip in to buy an egg.
I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them.
Well, I would say without the employees, you don't make any money. I don't know too many CEOs that are down at the. I don't see Elon Musk on the assembly line.
As opposed to the other way around. So,
Oh yeah, that's right. So now that you've heard how a CEO thinks of you, let's play this guy. This clip's going around on Reddit.
So we all just found out the minimum wage is supposed to be $66 an hour to keep up with the current cost of living. I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field.
Did you hear what he said? To keep up with the current cost of living. So save your breath about, oh, things would be so expensive. Things are so expensive. The cost of everything has risen, but not the price of labor. Okay? So save it. I know you're just so rabid to defend Target and Walmart and their heiress CEOs and the CEOs in the healthcare sector and Donald Trump and Mark Zuckerberg and Bezos and Musk and the Google guy. And I think Tom from MySpace is cool, so let's leave him out of this. But I know you're so desperate to defend these poor CEOs who only own islands and private jets and don't ever have medical bills and don't ever have to worry about anything. They don't worry about the heat or, where their next meal is. I know you're so rabid to defend them, but just shut up and go to like Tim Pool's page or something. So this dude's saying, this is what it should be. This is what it should be. I'll play it again. You should really watch this video.
To keep up with the current cost of living.
Keep up with the current cost of living. I've been saying this for a year, maybe more now. And you could think I'm crazy. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to fucking impress you. I'm here to let you know this is what we're worth. The minimum wage is worth this. Just so you could buy a home, go on vacation, not stress. 86% of Americans stressed about groceries. That don't sound like winning. Don't sound like America being great. It sounds like a third world country. You can thank this orange turd and the system that he's helping to perpetuate. So 66, just to keep up with the cost of life right now.
I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field. I went to school for 8 years and paid back $80,000 in student loans. Since the beginning of this year, I've negotiated 2 big raises at my current job by forcing my current job to match the offer from 2 other jobs.
That's the best way to do it, by the way. A little life tip. If you're going in for a raise, maybe try to get some other offers from other places, because if you're forcing them to match something else, if you can get something just a little bit better, they usually will. If you're just going in, this is why unions are so important, because if you're just going into a job interview by yourself and not with a group of people who can stand down and say, okay, we're stopping our work. But if you're going to just go by yourself, there's a great, ask other people that are going for the position what they're asking for. And I've watched this happen in real life. If you know who else is applying for the job and you both say, we're setting the bar here and we're both asking for this and we're not going to take any lower, one of you will get that. So here's some life hacks when you're, trying to get more money.
offers. These amounted to a total pay increase of 25%, which means I was underpaid by 25%.
Oh, you see that? They gave him a pay increase of 25%, which I'm glad he pointed that out, because this is what I let people know, is when they give you that raise that you thought couldn't happen, it means, oh, you were underpaid by that much. They exploit you. That's how they pay their CEOs $46,000 an hour.
Thank you very much. And if you do the math, I now make $60 an hour.
And this dude has a master's, something else, I forget what he said. And he paid back $80,000 in school loans. And he's only making $60 an hour.
I make a whole lot of money compared to people who are poor, but it just hits different when you're supposedly killing it and you're still below minimum wage. I'd like to thank the boomers for giving us this reality and telling us for decades on end so many things that were never actually true. Oh, and also, you all are insufferable on the internet complaining about our avocado toast and lattes. Avocado toast and lattes are because we just want to feel some happiness, because we realize this is all bullshit. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
You're welcome. Thank you for your service. The people who go, all you guys complaining about the economy, maybe it just sucks for you. Yeah, there's, like 90% of Americans complaining about the economy. It does suck for us. That's awesome that it doesn't affect you. I've just never seen so many entitled people like to brag about how entitled they are. Like, you're showing off your privilege. You're like, well, I have generational wealth, and I just got to buy my parents' home for $1, and I got to live with my parents until I could afford that, and I've always had some kind of safety net, and it sucks for you. It's like, we get it. You're an entitled brat. The people who are like, oh, is it tough right now? That sucks. You're a brat. You need to understand that. You don't come off as cool. You come off as an entitled dick when 86% of Americans are worried about the cost of groceries. And you're like, I'm in that 14%. I don't know what it's like to be hungry. It's like, okay, you're the brat. This is why you haven't been liked your whole life and you indulge in people's suffering. Technically, the number's around 77%. Well, the last one I read, and again, I'm going off one from, I think, 2 months ago. Or what month are we in? February? Oh, hold on. This little guy's so cute. Come here. Hello, buddy. I get it. He just keeps trying to climb up me. Hi, bud. What are you doing? Tanuki. Oh, Tanuki. Hello. Switzerland is the second richest country on earth. We don't have student loans. Well, here's the beautiful thing about what you're talking about. If you don't gatekeep education for people, I just want people to consider this. I don't give a shit if you're a dumb person like Donald Trump said because you like him. And again, guys, this isn't me saying it. This is Donald Trump said this.
Smart people don't like me.
Smart people don't like me. So I know this is hard to figure out for some of you, the ones that like him. That means dumb people like him. Okay, so I know this is hard to figure out, but I just want you to consider this. If you don't make college education really expensive and gatekept, so only like the Jared Kushners, the Marco Rubios, those wealthy brats, the Raphael Cruzes, if you don't make it really expensive, so only the brats can go to college, then think about it. More people can, there are people out there that want to be doctors, but they probably can't afford to take on that debt, or they can't afford it at all because, they have to work to help their family. There are people, and I'm not one of them, I don't want to be a doctor, but there are people genuinely you probably met in your life that just have that calling. If we don't gatekeep and make people have to pay insane amounts, to take on insane amounts of debt to be educated, we would have more educated people. We would have smarter people. And this is by design. You can go read, I think it was Nixon. Was it Nixon or Reagan? I think it was Reagan. It was one of Reagan's dude. That was like, if we have an educated proletariat, we can't oppress them as easily. So I just want you to consider that. If we allow people to go to college, and I know a lot of people go, well, what about me? And we get it. You're older, so you're like, well, I'm not going back. Just stop being selfish for a minute. I just want you to consider, because if you're getting older, you're going to want really smart people and doctors here. And if we don't gatekeep, we can just say this about education, healthcare. guess what? If we don't gatekeep that, because Elon Musk, who is a illegal immigrant, not by my words, but by, what's his brother's name?
Legalize comedy.
Shut up. What's his brother's name? Kimball. Where is Kimball? I can't find Kimball. Kimball Musk. Kimball.
They realized that we were illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants. So Kimball said him and Elon were illegal immigrants. And Elon is going to be he's going to have $500 billion. Billion. He's hoarding all the wealth. But if we just taxed him, just taxed him like we did back in the 50s and 60s, we could pay for education for people. We could pay for healthcare for people because there's more people that have hundreds of billions of dollars. Why wouldn't you consider that? That would make America a good place if we had really smart, educated people that were healthy. Kimbo Slice. Long bong. Yeah, Trump has said a bunch of shit. I just keep saying, release the Epstein files, man. Release them. Because there are alleged photos of him with girls of an uncertain age, topless. And you don't want that kind of pervo in the White House. Well, some people don't care. Maybe they're pervos too, Birds of a Feather. Remember that Billie Eilish song? That's what I'm starting to think. All these people that are still supporting him, even though all this damning evidence keeps mounting up and he won't release the Epstein files and Pam Blondie won't answer a simple question for him, it's starting to make me think that these people support him maybe have similar likes. Did you notice this? Tony Blair met with Jeffrey Epstein while Prime Minister. Release the files, man. We need to know what these people are like before we let them claim to be tyrants. Well, I guess they can just claim it. What else was in the news? Oh, I want to play this Stephen Miller thing. But before, Tax the Rich. Thank you, Root. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Just so you know, earlier this year, Qatar gave Donald Trump a jet, and he gave them an American Air Force base. And he also signed an executive order securing the security of the state of Qatar. So basically, if anybody attacks Qatar, they're going to war with us. And Donald Trump did that. You're welcome. Remember the guy who solved all the wars, no new wars? Remember that guy?
Everything's computer.
Yeah, maybe don't trust that guy.
I said, well, let's see how we say that. I said, Minifin.
But guys, I want to play some of this Stephen Miller. This is Stephen Miller on Fox News. When was this put up? 1 day ago. Stephen Miller on Hannity, that turd. Do I have a picture of Stephen Miller? There's got to be one, right? Hold on. Give me a second. Let's find a picture. Oh, here we go. I got a picture of Stevie Miller. Old Stevie Miller. Is this a fucking nerd from high school? By the way, he's from Santa Monica. He's very racist. And the reason I invented the word sadlarious is because racist, hateful, little spiteful, bratty rich kids like him, you can sometimes figure out their origin story. And this one is pretty easy to figure out. He's not likable, Imagine him totally bald now, which listen, if you're bald, just embrace it. Who cares? Don't be like Elon and get gender affirming care. Just embrace your baldness. So he's bald and he's very just weird looking. It's hard to look at him. But I would say his worst attribute or funniest depends, because the words coming out of his mouth are hateful, tyrannical, oppressive, racist. But if you don't really listen to what he's saying and listen to how he's saying it, he sounds like Pauly Shore. Don't believe me? Let's listen to Stephen Miller on Sean Hannity.
Sean, but Democrat leaders are siding.
Oh, did you hear that already? Democrat leaders. Okay, so we're gonna listen to this bimbo. I don't know what else to call him besides a bimbo. He is a bimbo. He is a Santa Monica bimbo. And I don't think by law, maybe I'll have to citizens arrest him, but I don't think you should be able to say hateful things when you talk like Pauly Shore. I think by law, you have to go into comedy. That's got to clearly be the comedy look, right? There's no way he was serious. This was like Halloween. What? Oh, I'm getting word he was serious dressing like this in Santa Monica. Yep, maybe he was bullied. Yep, maybe he was bullied. I'll have you know, man, you just harsh my morning mellow. Long bong. Okay, I want you to listen. See if you can tell if he uptalks, if his inflection goes up at the end. Ready?
To say it, Sean, but Democrat leaders.
Democrat leaders? Oh my God, I have to make that a clip. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have to endure this. We're going to listen to it one more time.
What has gone wrong with these people?
Well, look, I hate to say it, Sean, but Democrat leaders.
This is Stephen Miller, the hate-filled little puss bag.
Well, look, I hate to say it, Sean, but Democrat leaders. But Democrat leaders.
Look, this guy sounds like Pauly Shore. Oh my God, he's such a moron. Oh my God.
But Democrat leaders.
Democrat leaders. If you AP, I can't hear it. I can't unhear it. You can unhear it. That's why I say there's some like MAGAs here, the gobblers, as I've renamed them. They're no longer known as MAGA, they're known as gobblers. The gobblers come here sometimes and they do their trolling and defend their corporate overlords, but they're here because I'm planting seeds. They can't unhear what I'm saying. And just like I pointed out that this hateful little racist talks like Pauly Shore, okay? Just listen. This is like all I do. I don't even look. I can't look at his face. But I just put him on in my ear and I listen. I go, my God, Pauly Shore would be perfect to play the role. When you know how that movie Nuremberg is coming out? When we do the next Nuremberg, I'm pretty sure Pauly Shore's got the role. You know, Hollywood, you got it. I mean, not like Pauly Shore's kind of a dick, but you know.
This is madness. What has gone wrong with these people?
Well, look, I hate to say it, Sean, but Democrat leaders.
Democrat leaders? I hate to say it, Sean, but like these Democrat leaders are harshing my vibe, man. I'm just trying to be as racist as I can for the president. Let's keep listening to him.
Are siding with the domestic terrorists.
Deciding what the domestic terrorists, bro. Stop wasting my juice. This guy is such a nerd.
Antifa is waging, as I.
Antifa is waging. Are you? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Is this legal? Are you allowed to be this racist and sound this stupid? It's like, I don't think this is legal. I think in Polio Rogan, in Joe Rogan's America, you have to be a man. You know? Like Pete Kegseth just said, no more beardos. You have to be a man. You have to take, like legally, I think we all have to take Joe Rogan's alpha pills. Are those, what do they call it when you have to put them in your, are those suppositories? I'm pretty sure the alpha pills are suppositories. Joe Rogan's alpha pill suppository. But I'm pretty, you know, Elon Musk, he legalized comedy so you could be manly, you know? They don't like gender firm and care, but Pete Hegseth is doing the Botox and Elon's getting the fake hair on his head. But I'm pretty sure in this new manly America, you're not allowed to talk like a beach bimbo. Listen to Stephen Miller.
Explain in that clip you played. Daily violent assault against ICE officers.
Violent assault against ICE officers. He sounds like Pauly Shore. If I put up a photo of Pauly Shore Okay. And I didn't tell you who this was, and I said Pauly Shore is crashing out right now, you would know the difference. I might even try to do this. I'll find different clips and I'll say, guys, Pauly Shore has gone MAGA. He's crashing out. Because listen to this. If I played this for you, you would have no idea this wasn't Pauly Shore.
Is waging, as I explained in that clip you played, daily violent assault against ICE officers.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Real men wear orange makeup. Thank you, Long Bong. Oh my God. If I did not tell you that that was Stephen Miller, I gotta get a picture of Pauly Shore. You would think Pauly Shore was crashing out. You would think he would join Scott Baio and Kid Rock, and there's gotta be another celebrity, you know, Dean Cain. You would have thought he joined Dean Crane and Pauly Shore would be crashing out. Oh my God. Yeah, what, Darren, nobody asked, hey, next person, Tim Pool, when you get to the White House, because you're in the journalist pools now, I need you to ask Donald Trump if it's Maybelline. But say, Donald, maybe it's Maybelline? Let's listen to a little more Stephen Miller.
They are attempting to physically prevent ICE officers from doing their jobs.
From doing their jobs, man. And you know, Santa Monica bros, we love our jobs.
Using every means imaginable, including, of course, as we saw just a few weeks ago, attempted murder.
Attempted murder. This is Saturday. Lauren Michaels, I know you're watching. Thank you. Hit subscribe and notification bell. Lauren, has Pauly Shore ever been on SNL? I don't know. But Lauren, listen. I'd love to work for you. But I think I'm a pretty good idea, man. And I say, you call up Pauly Shore and have him play, you know, bro, wheezing the juice. You have Encino Man, Pauly Shore, Encino Man star, Pauly Shore, play this little racist turd.
And then we saw a few days ago another attempted murder through a vehicle ramming attack. It is unceasing. Day after day, night after night, Antifa terrorists, as was explained to the event in the White House today, are trying to kill ICE officers, attack ICE officers.
Officers? I can't take him serious, man. This dude.
Taking lovely strolls in the evening with their loved ones. The only people who have lost are the criminals, the gangbangers, the drug dealers, the criminally illegal aliens.
When he gets mad, it starts to, like, his tone starts to flatten out. But you still catch it in there. We're going for a lovely walk on the beach in the evening, bro.
Aside every night of the gangbangers, the
Every night of the gangbangers. This dude. Oh my God. Maybe he doesn't know how he sounds. You know how, like, sometimes you don't hear your own voice and then you hear it and you're like, ugh. Oh God. Oh my God. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I don't, you know, I bet the thing is he doesn't know, but everybody else that works with him, you know, like Donald, who calls him what, like Angry Little Steven. His nickname is like Angry, Mean Little Steven or something. Everybody else who works with him knows, you know, because when he leaves the room after, he's like, these gangbangers. When he leaves the room, everybody's doing that voice. Everybody's doing the impression. It's so funny. It is so funny.
But Democrat leaders.
We got a beach bimbo, unelected beach bimbo, you know, spewing hatred. Oh God, I can't wait till those dudes in prison.
Predators, and now even the domestic terrorists.
You know, I
His face, because he's like very serious, but just imagine, you know, bald, 4'2", you know, absolute tyrant of a nerd, Napoleon complex. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so funny. Remember, folks, when you're standing up for Donald Trump and his fascist regime, I just want you to remember that he doesn't care about you. And Donald Trump said,
Smart people don't like me.
so if you like him, you're dumb. Donald Trump said, smart people don't like me. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. And there's a bunch of people like, I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump for president in 2028. We got to get him reelected. I listened to everything he said. And he's like, smart people do not like me. Here we go. We got him. I'm with Trump. Well, not a smart person, according to Trump. And he don't care about you, according to Trump. Hilarious. Hilarious. You guys are hilarious. Qataris for Trump. Thank you, Root. The Qataris love him. All they had to do, I mean, check out the deal, the art of the deal, folks. All they had to do is give him a used plane with a bunch of spy bugs on it, Skynet. All they had to do is give him a used plane, and he was like, oh, yeah, you guys can have our military base in Idaho. He's like, I'll never go to Idaho. I don't want to go to that dump.
No more beardos.
But you can do Botox. Isn't that right, Keg Seth? Look at that Botox. Look at that Botox face. He says,
No more beardos.
but Botox is okay. And if you want to, if you want Pete Keg Seth to hold down your feet while you're doing sit-ups, he'll do it for you. Solidarity with Portland. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love the people. Oh no, these people are so dumb. You're in love with Trump. Why else do you spend all your time talking about him? Listen, if he would shut the fuck up and stay out of the news, I would never speak about him again. Trust me. Outside of the trials, the tribunals that we're going to have to hold once he shuffles loose his mortal coil, I won't spend any time talking about him. My day is free of him. But then I read about him and go, oh shit, fascist tyrant sells out America because he got a jet. Gotta talk about him. But it's okay. When Donald Trump said,
Smart people don't like me.
that means dumb people do like him. So those people, I have to interact with on my live stream sometimes. When they come in and go, why do you keep talking about what the president's doing all day? Jeez, what is this, a news commentary channel? It's okay, I can't even do it. These people worship Bimbo Beach fascist, not fascist, sound-alike Pauly Shore. Holy Christ, you can't be real.
Democrat leaders
Democrat leaders
in the Ninth Circuit
in the Ninth Circuit. Anna, appreciate you. Colin, don't be like a peacock with your plumage of stupidity. When you say, ooh, you have colored hair, I don't trust you. Makes me think like, you should be allowed to vote with that kind of moronic discernment. It's kind of funny, man. But you guys keep worshiping Trump. See if that gets through to you. See if worshiping Trump, helps you. I think maybe you have more in common with him, like the Epstein files. I think you're kind of birds of a feather. Because why else would you stick with the guy who can't answer a simple no when asked about being photographed with girls of an uncertain age who were topless that Epstein had Polaroid pictures of? But, you do you, man. I just love that Donald Trump called you stupid to your face, and he said it in a way that you couldn't understand.
Smart people don't like me.
Smart people don't like me. That's a kind of slick diss. He called you stupid, and you're in here defending it. You're in here, showing how dumb you are and how much you don't care if your chicken supreme leader disses you. It's so funny.
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
Darren, it's easy to fool them. Just a single negative and they'll cheer him on getting insulted. That's the funniest thing. It's like you would think it would, like they gave him a Rubik's Cube a New York Times crossword puzzle in the form of a Rubik's Cube when Donald Trump said, "Smart people don't like me." And they were like, "Yeah, screw those smart people." Wait, he's not talking about us, right? Is he calling us dumb? No, nobody said that. They just were like, "Yeah, those elite people who use their brain." I'd vote for a turd and for a coat before that orange passes. Amen, Anna. Amen to that. Oh, Anonymous, he did not get the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm sorry to break that to all of you. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. Oh, by the way, did you see the guy from Saw? He says, "I never thought I'd see Republicans give terror financing from Qatar, a military base on U.S. soil. I don't think I'll be voting." Like, this is like the hardcore. Like, she's a hardcore fascist. And even she's like, what? God bless the Portland Shark and all the Portland people. But where is it? Oh, did I not take a photo of it? Did I not? I'm sorry. I thought I had. Oh, no. That's not the photo. 2 immigrant women married to men who claim to hate immigrants. Sorry. Wait, is this it? Oh, no. This is, the gobblers, their credo. This is all I call Donald Trump's followers now, the gobblers, for good reason. And the gobblers, this is their credo. Oh my God. All right, guys. I got some stuff to do. Root, Anna, Michael, I know is here. Darren, of course. Long Bong, how could I forget? A bunch of people in here. Stone Dragon, love the work. Keep squashing the maggots. Yep, stoned. Well, I'm starting to call them gobblers now, because they're like deep throat and no gag reflex. They'll swallow anything Donald Trump and that fascist Stephen Miller give to them. Anything.
But Democrat leaders,
the fascist Pauly Shore, Stephen Miller.
in the Ninth Circuit,
They'll be like,
no more beardos.
no more beardos. But yeah, Pete Hegseth, you go get that Botox so you look all shiny, buddy. It's just, there's like, I draw certain lines. Racism, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny. Those are certain lines. But then I have like these other like loose boundaries where if somebody says,
Smart people don't like me.
smart people don't like me, and those people go, I'm a fan of the guy who said smart people don't like him, I tend to not flock around those people. You know what? I don't flock with those people. You understand what I'm saying? If the Chicken Supreme, Epstein's best friend, is calling those people dumb in such a slick way that they can't pick up on it, I don't flock with you. So, but for the rest of you, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's so funny, people talking about Biden. Biden at least helped recover the economy. I don't think he, was a good president. He broke up the rail workers strike, but my Christ, people, you understand what's happening right now? He wasn't taking Qatari jets. He wasn't dropping shit coins, meme coins. He wasn't letting Qataris come on Air Force bases. He wasn't sending political police, ICE, to kidnap children and women in the dead of night. He wasn't trying to send the military into red cities. So shut up. Just shut up. It's not even a comparison. One dude is a fascist wannabe tyrant who's a coastal elite Democrat Nepo baby. Look up Donald Trump. Look up Donald Trump New York charity. He's a continuous grifter and scam artist. Couldn't even write his own book. Had someone ghostwrite it for him. Lies on a constant basis. And insults his own people in front of their faces while those morons clap for him. He said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. And people fucking clapped. And then he was like, smart people don't like me. And these people still go, you're right. I love you. That's fine, Michael. Show us how stupid you are. That's fine. Nightshade, I appreciate you doing educational streams over debate streams. The debates are kind of useless. Well, I do them all. It's really commentary. I like the genre of newsmentary, news, entertainment, commentary. Being a proud Trump supporter is the same as being proud of pooping your pants. That reminds me of was it Billy Madison? Where the kid peed his pants, so Billy Madison peed his pants too. He's like, this is the coolest thing. And then all the kids are peeing their pants. Donald Trump literally poops his pants. That's what the reports were, that he smelled like he pooped his pants. And all these people, if Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, just came out and was like, yo, I pooped my pants. All these people in the chat would be like, pooping your pants is the coolest thing to do, man. Oh, Pat, I know exactly what a woman is. You know what she is? She's the one that covers her drink when you walk by, you fucking creep. That's what a woman is. You know what a woman is too, because you support the dude who likes to abuse them, who's in the Epstein files. So we're very clear. But good try, Pat. Don't come back. All right, guys, have a great night. Much love. Be kind to each other. Remember, if somebody says, I don't care about you, I just want your vote, think twice. Use that thing in your brain. If somebody says,
Smart people don't like
smart
me.
people don't like you, and you like that person, I feel like Jeff Foxworthy, you know? If your political tyrant says smart people don't like me and you like him, you might be a dumb person. All right, guys. Neon Monkey. Oh, good to see you. Don't feed the Yagwai. How could I forget you, bud? Root. Have a good night. Peace, love, and we're going to take America back. When all the maggots and the gobblers said, we're going to take America back. From who? Poor people? Poor people don't own nothing. You got it all confused. You had a rich CEO grifter Nepo baby sell you a sticker that said, take America back. And him and his all them CEO buddies that he had at his inauguration, all them rich people that he has supporting him, all these corporations that are bending the knee and kissing the ring, they own this country. He grifted you so hard, he made you buy, he slickly sold you a sticker. If he sold you a sticker that said, I'm a dumb person who likes Trump, you would proudly put on your car. It's unreal. We got to take it back from dumb people and these billionaires, tax billionaires into extinction. They shouldn't exist in America. Have a great night. And we'll use that money to fund education. Peace.